Hi, and welcome to Inside the Huddle. I'm Daily Review Sports Editor Geoff Stoute here with Central Catholic coach Tommy Minton. This week, the Eagles will start District 7 1A play when they host Gueydan. Central enters the contest with a 1-2 record. Gueydan is 3-0 entering this week's contest. Coach, before we get to district, I know it's only week 4 of the season, but you have a big district. You just give me your assessment, I guess, of where you think your team's at heading into district.
Well, I think we're on schedule. We lost 2 ball games, weeks 1 and 2, that we had, very good chances to put those guys away. We're leading both games going into the fourth quarter, and that's lessons learned. We played 2 pretty good football teams. Hannon's a top 10 3A team, and Pines in the top 15 in 2A. So, I think those experiences are what we're going to carry over in the district. Hopefully, when we play some of these teams that are ranked very high in 1A in district, what we've learned from these past experiences will help us to get victories in district, and that's what non-district schedule is about anyway.
Mm-hmm. You go into district this week. You have Gueydan 3-0 on the season coming in. Both y'all looking to get a good start to district. You just talk a little bit about them, what you've seen.
Well, this is one of the better Gueydan teams I've seen since I've been at Central Catholic. Coach Moy is in his second year over there, and he's done a really good job of rebuilding that program. They're an I-formation team on offense, and tailback number 22 is a really good running back. They try to feed him the ball as much as possible. And the fullback number 4 is another really, really good football player. He runs the ball hard, and he's a lead blocker for the tailback on a lot of plays. So those are the 2 guys that we've honed in on. We have to stop. We have to control their ground game, and that comes down to us controlling the line of scrimmage up front. So, defensively, they're going to run a 4-2-5. And they got a lot of guys playing both ways. They got 6 guys playing both ways, and hopefully that can play into our advantage because several of those are linemen.
Central Catholic in Gueydan, Thursday night at 7 p.m. at Tiger Stadium in Morgan City. Coach, best of luck to you.
Thank you, Jeff.
A little bit more about Gueydan and Central Catholic. Gueydan has a fairly balanced offense this year. Their 2 running backs, Lane Bro and Mark Clark, have combined for just under 500 yards rushing, and they have 8 touchdowns. Meanwhile, quarterback Blair Broussard has thrown for 359 yards and 5 touchdowns. Griffin Guidry is the team's leading receiver with 178 yards. For Central Catholic, behind a big physical offensive line, Davion Bias has rushed for 409 yards and 5 scores, while quarterback Dee Gant has carried the ball for another 267 yards and 4 scores. 3 of those came last week in a win against Southside. Gant's also thrown for 169 yards with 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Brooks Thomas is his leading receiver with 6 catches for 114 yards and a score. In other action this week on Friday night, Morgan City will be at home against Donaldsonville. Morgan City will look to win its 3rd straight game after defeating Hanson and North Central in dominating fashion. Meanwhile, Donaldsonville is 2-1 this season and defeated Port Allen a week ago. Devontae Grogan leads Morgan City's offense in rushing and passing this year. He has 208 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns, another 118 yards passing with 1 interception. Kerwin Francois is leading receiver with 75 yards. Patterson will be on the road this week looking to stop a 2-game losing streak, but it's going to be a tough challenge as they face Terrebonne High School, a team that defeated them last year and this year is receiving votes in the latest Louisiana Sports Writers Association Class 5A poll. Terrebonne's weapons include junior Ja'Kai Douglas, who is ranked by Rivals.com as a number 22nd recruit in the class of 2020, and he already has about 17 offers this year, including SEC offers from LSU, Alabama, and Florida. Patterson's led by University of Texas at San Antonio commit Dejon Richard, who has 403 yards rushing and 8 touchdowns. Quarterback Randy Pauls passed for 210 yards with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, and Richard is his top receiver with 107 yards and a score. The final game this week will be in New Orleans as Berwick travels to take on Newman. Berwick also will be looking to bounce back from a 2-game skid, most recently losing last week to South Terrebonne 36-28 in a game that was tied late before South Terrebonne scored the game-winning touchdown. Newman, meanwhile, is 3-0 this year with a win a week ago against East Jefferson, 28-6. The Panthers are led this year by running back Josh Jones, quarterback Mitchell Sanford, and receiver Barrett Hoover. Jones has rushed for 406 yards with 7 scores. Sanford has thrown for 373 yards with 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. And Hoover has 239 yards receiving with 3 touchdowns. That's another edition of Inside the Huddle. Thanks for watching.